Stress eating nearly destroyed my aunt's life and triggered her panic attacks. It almost destroyed mine after my uncle died. Stress eating is like a disease that potentially increases your likelihood of panic. It can also cause you to look for comfort where it just doesn't belong and acquire serious health issues. During my junior year of high school, my aunt would always drown her sorrows into containers of ice cream. She could easily eat 48 to 96 ounces of ice cream. It would make her feel better about her life, but it was harming her body in more ways than she could realize. By the time the month was over, she ate too much ice cream and it was clear that it was becoming an addiction. I thought the worst part about it was the fact that she never even shared any of that ice cream. We won't get into that though. She was consistent with her eating habits. At one point, she had to be rushed to the hospital because she had a really severe panic attack. The doctors told her that she gained a considerable amount of weight and that her eating habits were abnormal. She wasn't a diabetic, but in addition to her smoking, it put her at a higher risk. On our way home, we had a conversation about whether or not if she wanted to stop. She was reluctant to answer, and taking care of her had started to become a burden. I was confused on the appropriate action to take, so I called a therapist that I felt could help her. I told her about it, but she never went. A few months later, her situation didn't change, and to make matters worse, my uncle had passed away, and it hit me very hard. I didn't know who to talk to, so I began stress eating as well. Now, I didn't consume hundreds of ounces of ice cream because that's disgusting and inhumane. I found comfort in snacks like chips, candy, and chocolate cookies. Normally, I would eat this right before bed when I was feeling emotional and once I woke up. It was like I depended on it to function properly throughout the day. I was already going through depression and was starting to develop levels of anxiety due to being isolated. Junk food served as an escapism to my stress, but my unhealthy diet from stress eating caused me to experience headaches from too much sugar or chest pain right before I went to sleep. The tightness in my chest got progressively worse, and I could barely sleep at night. My aunt begged me to start eating healthier, but that only made me angry since she was being a hypocrite. She said it was time for the both of us to get better and stop stress eating. It was time for change, so we decided to talk to a therapist. One thing that was discussed were healthy food alternatives to stress eating. The therapist mentioned that it was important to find substitutes for our unhealthy diets from stress eating. The foods we liked best were yogurt, milk, and blueberries. These foods work quickly to reduce stress since they contain vitamin C and antioxidants to help repair and protect cells. These foods weren't the best for taste, but it was crucial that we began healthy eating. At first, it was difficult not to eat ice cream and other junk foods. It took a lot of willpower, but we were able to pull it off within a few months. We took the advice of our therapist and even traveled to the park on weekends and played family games during the week. This was our new beginning. Stress eating doesn't just happen with ice cream, chips, and cookies. It could happen with almost any food. When I was stress eating, I wasn't really hungry, but I was looking for something to help deal with a troubling situation. When I turned to food, I felt really comfortable, and I didn't want to confide in anyone with my problems or do anything productive. It only made my situation worse. Helping you or someone with a stress eating disorder first starts by identifying the problem. My aunt and I were aware we had a problem and took the necessary steps to solve it. After you begin your new healthy diet, you have to remain consistent and try to avoid falling back into old habits. Luckily, my aunt and I had each other. We were each other's heroes.